You ever realize a single envelope can erase 12 years of your life? Mine arrived on a Wednesday. 3 soft knocks. A man in a charcoal suit stepped in, smiling like courtesy had a price tag. "Delivery for you," he said, dropping a thick manila envelope on my desk. My name was printed in the same neat font my wife used on Christmas cards. I didn't have to open it to know. 12 years, 2 kids, 3 missed vacations, 5 apologies that never came, all converted into paperwork. I slid it anyway. Divorce. She wanted everything: the house, the car, the custody. At the bottom, one more cut. "Your children don't even want your name anymore." I didn't blink. I reached into my drawer, took out a second envelope, heavier, sealed, no name. "Deliver this to your client," I said. He hesitated. I nodded toward the door. By nightfall, my phone was burning. Her sister was crying, spitting blame through the line. How could you do this to her? I poured a scotch and kept quiet. This didn't start today. It started months ago. 3 months earlier, 3:17 a.m. Her side of the bed was cold again. She called it stress, work, the kids, hormones. But stress doesn't whisper into a phone at midnight. Hormones don't delete message threads. One night I paused halfway down the stairs and heard her laugh. Soft, free, a sound I hadn't heard in years. I stayed in the dark and listened. It wasn't for me. Morning came. She stirred her coffee, eyes too bright. "I was talking to Mom," she said. Her mother had been dead for 2 years. I kissed her forehead, picked up my briefcase, and let the coffee burn my tongue without a flinch. Denial doesn't scream. It studies. It waits. That day, I stopped being her husband and became her observer. I smiled when she smiled, tucked the kids in, and when the house went quiet, I started collecting what the truth left behind. A DNA test during a routine checkup for our youngest. Copies of phone records. A prepaid number under a fake name. He called her Dove. She called him Safe. Her yoga breaks happened at a condo on 7th and Dyer. The blue dress she wore there was the one I gave her for our anniversary. Night after night, I cooked dinner, helped with homework, read to our daughter, played chess with our son, then cataloged evidence like bullets I hadn't chambered yet. I wasn't planning an explosion. I was planning an implosion. Tuesday brought the DNA results. The envelope sat on my desk like a small gravestone. When I finally opened it, one line closed a chapter. Probability of paternity, 0%. I read it twice, then folded it clean and slipped it into my pocket. That evening she came home humming, keys clattering on the counter, a smile about a parent-teacher meeting. I poured her wine and slid the paper across. "What is this?" Her face drained. The room tilted around the silence. "Ethan, you already knew?" I said nothing. I watched the performance end. The tears weren't for me, they were for the collapse. When she filed for divorce, she pictured a man begging. Instead, I was ready. My envelope held the DNA report, photos, timestamps, message logs, the threats she'd sent years ago, and recordings of her screaming at me in front of the kids. Custody isn't about love. It's about proof. She'd provided every piece. So when her lawyer smiled across the table like the outcome was already written, I set my envelope down and let silence do the talking. Let the paper cut do the bleeding. By evening, the fallout hit. Her family called. The other man texted from blocked numbers. And then she came herself. She stood on my doorstep, mascara running, breath white in the cold. "I didn't mean for it to go this far," she whispered. I studied her face, felt nothing rise. No anger, no mercy, just the end of a page. "You didn't mean for you to lose." I closed the door. The latch clicked like a period. 2 weeks later, the silence in this house isn't empty. It's clean. The kids are here every weekend. They laugh, they sleep. Sometimes they ask the soft questions. I give them careful answers and save the heavy ones for later. At night, I sit in my office and look at that first envelope, the one that tried to take everything. It didn't end me. It clarified me. I'm not angry anymore. Anger burns quick and blind. Clarity stays and sees. She thought betrayal was the end. It was my beginning. She handed me the match. I struck it. If this story made you feel something, hit like and subscribe. Every betrayal here finds its ending.